Say what you want, hate all you want. This is a great move for Cristiano and an amazing move by your boy Vin Diesel. This can work. I think we're here. Shout out to all peeps out there. Remember, guys, join up, become a member, support your boy, my Patreon peeps. Thank you for your boy supporting me on Patreon and members, man. Thank you for your love, guys. So, I think I've even alluded to this before where I said this is something that can definitely work for Cristiano because we're now living at a time where you're looking at life after football. Cristiano, no matter what you think or what you want to do, you can't play forever. You could try to become play forever. And I always said that, and I believe, and I'm hoping, once he gets to 1,000 goals, amazing achievement, superb achievement, once he gets to 1,000 goals, he's going to retire. And you have to look at life after football. And you look at many football players, they've not really been able to figure out the very difficult transition of once you can no longer play football, I now have to now live. You now have to now live. You now have to now forge a career. Not everybody can be a pundit. Not everybody can be like a Thierry Henry who's doing an amazing job as an analyst. Not everybody can be like that. And I've seen former football players try to be coaches have failed. Try to be pundits have failed. Try to be analysts have failed. And they're like, all right, what the hell do I do? So it's difficult. But Cristiano, he may have, headed into a very interesting direction. So what's your boy doing? Fast. Well, no, it's not Fast. I found the Fast and Furious, a movie that I've never seen. So, of course, you see there Ludacris, The Rock, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jason Statham, Tyrese Gibson, who was actually the one who tweeted this out. And, of course, there we are, Cristiano Ronaldo. So I said at the top of the video that this is a great move for both. This is a great move for Cristiano because if you want to test your acting chops and you just want to just dive in initially, this is the great kind of franchise to go into. It's not a franchise that requires superb, amazing acting, but it's a very popular franchise. Say what you want about the Fast and Furious films. I've never seen any of the films, but they're incredibly popular. And what I give Fast and Furious is, and I think my brother actually made a very good point about this. He said that just look at how racially diverse it is. As in, you have Black, you have Latino, you have Asian, you have a mix, which is Vin Diesel. So the very fact that this has made so much money, and they're like on their 10th film, and it's such a racially diverse cast that represents the world. Because I'm sorry, guys, if you look out the window, shout out to my people of no color, but not everybody is Caucasian. Not everybody looks like DiCaprio or Jennifer Lawrence or Brad Pitt. No. People come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. And I think the Fast and Furious cast represents the world because the world is a mix. That's what the world is. The world is just a mix. So even if I'm not a fan of the films, I think I saw the first film and maybe the second and bits of the third Tokyo Drifts. But afterwards, I've seen clips, but I can't sit down and watch the films. I mean, I can't. And I'm a big Vin Diesel fan. Although, for me, Vin Diesel insults Vin Diesel all he wants. Watch. I think it's Find Me Guilty, The Strays, and Pitch Black, and Chronicles of Riddick. Pitch Black is one of my most rewatchable films. Like those two films, Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, amazing, and his character Riddick is one of the best characters of all time. So Vin Diesel, say what you want, his performance as Riddick for me is one of the most underrated acting performances ever. Watch his performance as Riddick in Pitch Black. It's outstanding. So, but I'm not a fan of the movies. But back to Cristiano. I think, so from Cristiano's point of view, I think this is a very good entry point where it's gonna be massive exposure for you, for people who may not even know who you are. And I think the nature of the film, it's a nice entry point to have what is going to be your motion picture film debut. And here's my thing though. So, and also, and Vin Diesel, he's like the link. So I think it was, and I actually watched it in the cinema, Triple X. So I think it was the third film, because I know the first film was starring Vin Diesel, then the second film, States of the Union, was Ice Cube. Then the third film, Vin Diesel came back for the third film, which I saw in the cinema, and Neymar was in that. But he had like one scene and was playing football. So Neymar's was like a football cameo. I believe, and if Vin Diesel is smart, Cristiano's going to play a character in this. It would be a wasted opportunity and really cheesy if he's just there with a tongue-in-cheek football camera. That'd be trash, like what Neymar did in Triple X. What would be good is that no, he plays a character. He plays a character. And if it's me, he's got to play a villain. He's got to play a villain because I was watching Expendables 2. This was Expendables 2 last time. Film is not great. Stallone messed up. But bro, if you look, because especially if you want to look at from an entry point and just really express yourself, you have to be a villain. You look at Van Damme in Expendables 2. You look at Steven Seagal in Machete. Bro, villains just have that extra salini, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator 1. They just have that extra thing about them. So I think if he plays a villain, it'll be interesting. Although, looking at that photo, I think he's going to be part of the team. Again, you never know, but I just think, because when Tyrese said, okay, put it this way. If it's me, if I was advising them, he should play either a villain or a villain who then becomes good. Because again, I think there've been times where guys have switched sides. So if he's a villain initially, and then afterwards he then joins the team. So then that's like the best of both worlds. He can express himself and really go crazy as a villain, and then afterwards he can now show his other side and now being a good side and a part of the whole team. So it works both ways. But I feel for Vin Diesel, this is a stroke of, I would say a stroke of genius. That's a bit too much. But I think this is just a great move. Because I think the last film didn't do that great. I think it was the last film that really dipped it box office wise. As long as they have a good story, I'll be curious. So, but it's okay. I'll say, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo in this, what's he going to be doing? So now I'm curious. So already, there's already going to be huge, massive interest in this in terms of the massive Cristiano fan base and just guys like me who just be curious, oh, what's he going to do? What's he going to be playing? What's it going to be about? So I just think it makes it interesting. And here's the thing. Cristiano, he may not conquer the World Cup. He's going to try. He will try. And I admire him trying. He's conquered club football. Like, his club football is done. Well, you could say internationally, he may not. The only thing he didn't conquer as of right now is the World Cup. He won something with Portugal, Euro 2016. He's destroyed club football. That's done. The Champions Leagues, the league titles, the Champions League records, the goals in UCL finals, the clutch games, club football, done. Finito. Greatest Champions League player of all time, if you just look at the numbers. That's all done. So if he doesn't conquer the World Cup, I'm just saying, could there be a situation where if Cristiano, he does this, he gets better, he improves, and let's say 6, 7, 8 years down the line, does like a movie that really hones his persona. Because say what you want about Cristiano, he has a massive personality. Whether you love him or hate him, and those are guys with big personalities, he has a big personality. Could there be a situation where rather than seeing a man slap another man on stage, instead, someone gets on stage, gets his Oscar award for best actor in a leading role, gives his speech, puts the award down and does the see. I'm just saying, because, well, No. Well, a football player has never won an Oscar. Has anybody? Nah. See, now you know my whole movie thing. Has a sports person who's been known as a sports person ever won an Oscar? I don't think so. I'm trying to think right now. Has a very successful sporting figure who really was super successful in sports transitioned it? No, they haven't. Bro, I know my movies, bro. No, they haven't. They haven't. Um, Obviously, there are sports guys that have gotten into movies, but who've actually got into a point where they've actually won an Oscar. No, they haven't, bro. Because again, like I know Carl Weathers, rest in peace, legend. He was an NFL player, but he never really reached those heights, even though he was an amazing actor. Um, and I don't really think there's been any. And then the key thing, who's really been a top tier sports person who's transitioned. So for Cristiano, see, Cristiano, because my thing is, let's see how he does in this Fast and Furious. If he's a brick and he breaks the rule, then okay, fine. This is just like a one time thing. If he does well and he does more, improves. Because I'll tell you right now, okay, I'll end it here. Knowing the Oscars, and I guess with Oscars, it's agenda based on everything. Oscars would want nothing more than to create a narrative of Cristiano Ronaldo, this huge massive sporting figure with crazy fans, of give him that Oscar. Hold up. Now, I don't know how things are going to go because I don't watch Oscars and everything. Now, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, that's weird because I don't really constitute wrestling as sports, but you can sort of say it is. I say that's sports entertainment. But he was an NFL player. I think he played for the Dolphins. Not really that great. So that is the closest thing I can think of if he wins the Oscar, because he might be nominated for Smashing My Machine. He might be. Even though, and I don't know what they're going to do. They may actually give it to this freaking dude. Who knows? Which is crazy because Rock, bro. There's a reason why you call it The Rock, because your acting is like a damn rock. Okay, with all due disrespect, I'm sorry. So who knows whether he's going to get that Oscar? But if there's a situation where Cristiano somehow wins the damn Oscar for this damn role, bro, I'm just saying.